What is up, YouTube? Welcome to Panfro Games. In today's video, we're going to be going over the best shiny hunting locations for every Pokemon in the Kitakami Pokedex. So this is going to include all 200 Pokemon that is found in the Teal Mask DLC, whether they're new Pokemon or returning Pokemon. And we're going to be going through a bunch of different strategies as well for you to best hunt each one of these Pokemon. And of course, guys, like this type of content, enjoy these videos. Please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. Consider supporting the channel by joining the Pan Fam by hitting that join channel member button below. So this is going to be a two-part video series. This is part one, featuring the first Pokemon from Spinarak to the last Pokemon for a Nihilate. Part two is going to have 102 to 200, so definitely check out that video as well for the full Kitakami Dex. Now, a couple of things that will make this really helpful is one, getting the shiny charm. So if you don't know how to get the shiny charm, it's very important that you need to get all 400 Pokemon in the Paldea Dex. So not the Kitakami Dex, but if you have all 400 Pokemon in the Paldea Dex, you'll get the shiny charm. This will boost your odds significantly. So very important to do that. Now, there's gonna be a lot of Pokemon that are not gonna have a good shiny hunting method, and your best method is gonna be like doing a mass outbreak. Now, you can see on your map, mass outbreaks appear randomly, but you know, some of these Pokemon, you're going to try to use a sandwich to get a certain type of spawn, and then you're going to keep resetting and hopefully getting the right outbreak to spawn if you don't know how to do that. And to reset your mass outbreaks is pretty simple. You're just going to hit your home button. You're going to go to system settings. You're going to go all the way down to system, go to date and time, and you don't even have to hit anything else besides just hitting OK on that screen, and then just go back to your game. And then your mass outbreaks will be different. So, you know, you can just like double check on your map and be like, okay, I noticed that the mass outbreaks are now different. Of course, this will affect mass outbreaks on the other map as well. So you do have two maps with mass outbreaks to now check. I will say that mass outbreaks are even better now with the Teal Mask DLC being out, because now you can actually get a wide variety of Pokemon coming with the outbreaks, and they're not as rare as they were before. So some of these hunts are going to be a little bit easier to do just because they updated the outbreak code, which is pretty phenomenal. Now, I also recommend that you have a false swiper first in your party when doing any of these shiny hunts. A couple of really easy ones to get would be like Gallade and Breloom. Those are incredibly easy. They have the TM false swipe, which you can get while you're doing your decks. This TM is absolutely phenomenal because it'll leave the target down with at least 1 HP. So this move will never actually kill, and it's great. Now, what I like about Gallade and Breloom is Gallade, one, can put a Pokemon to sleep or can paralyze it, and Breloom has a never miss sleep move as long as they're not a grass type. So having both of those is going to be really incredible and help you out with a lot of these shiny hunts. You can also have a Pokemon that has Soak. Soak will allow it so the Pokemon you're facing turns to a water type. So that's great against like ghost type Pokemon. So if you teach a Pokemon Soak and then like have your false swiper come out, that's a great combo as well. So you want to make sure you have at least a decent amount of Pokemon that are built for catching Pokemon to just make this process much easier in general, because different Pokemon do have different catch rates. So especially if you want to get them in certain balls, you're going to want to do like a lot of false swiping, thunder waving, hypnosis, or sporing, and all that good stuff. Now, for every one of these hunts in my video, I'm going to always recommend a level 3 sandwich, and level 3 sandwiches require Herba Mystica. Of course, you can use level 2 sandwiches if you like. You can use the calculator to create a level 2 sandwich that can give you encounter power. However, I really like level 3 sandwiches just to boost that encounter power and that shiny power, and they're honestly incredibly easy to get now. These are the raids that you should be targeting for 6-star raids and 5-star raids. These are the herbs that they'll drop. I'll say that Salty Herba Mystica is the most valuable for sure. So definitely be on the lookout for the ones that give you salties, or the ones that give you all Herba Mysticas, because those are going to be great as well. I'll say spicy and sweet are also pretty good. Same with sour. Bitter is probably the least useful. There's definitely recipes that use them, but the recipes I'm using, pretty much salty is the one that's always going to be required, and then it's either going to be sweet, spicy, or sour from there. And the last shiny hunting method is egg hatching. I think this is the worst hunting method, but some people like it. So quickly overview of this is going to be, one, I would recommend getting a foreign ditto, foreign from your game's language. So my game is in English, so a non-English ditto would work here. Mine is Japanese, but it could be like Chinese, could be German, could be Spanish. As long as it's not an English ditto, this will give you a further boost in your shiny odds. And of course, you have the shiny charm. Those two will stack. And if you want to hatch your eggs faster, I would recommend one, having a Pokemon with Flame Body when you have a whole bunch of eggs. So I like Moltres has Flame Body, but other Pokemon like Talonflame can have it as well. So there's a bunch of other Flame Body options out there that you can use as your run around egg hunt Pokemon. So that's pretty decent. And of course, you can eat food that will increase egg power, which will make it so more eggs will spawn in the picnic, and the eggs will also hatch a little bit faster too. So if you want an egg hunt, go ahead. We've covered that more in depth in other videos on the channel, but that's just a quick reminder. Now for our first shiny hunt, we got Spinarak and Aradios, and they're incredibly easy to shiny hunt for with a poison type sandwich. You can actually isolate shiny hunt them in all of Timeless Woods, even over in this area as well. They spawn pretty much throughout the entire map, so even if you're hunting for some other Pokemon, they're going to be a pest. So maybe not exactly hunt for these, but you can if you want. You can find a good picnic reset in the Timeless Woods area, which I am doing right here. The exact spot for this is going to just be right here in like the northeast corner on the side here, and you'll be able to get 15 spawns of Spinarak and Aradios. They'll come in clusters and also individual spawns, and this should be a relatively easy shiny hunt for the living shiny family. And for our next shiny hunt, we're gonna go for Yanma, which can evolve into Yanmega. Now it's incredibly easy to get 15 of these with a flying type sandwich over on Kitakami Road, and you want to be right exactly where I am, looking towards the river bank, and you're just gonna do a picnic reset method here. Now, Yanma only does spawn during the daytime, so you can only do this method during the day. It also spawns at a bunch of other areas, like the Crystal Pools, another good location to hunt this. It's going to be up to you. I just like this area the most because you get your full 15 relatively fast and quickly in this area. And you can't actually hunt for Yanmega, but, you know, you can catch 2 shiny Yanmas, and shiny Yanma evolves into shiny Yanmega by remembering the move Ancient Power and then just leveling up. And now with a ground type sandwich in the same spot for Yanma, you can actually go for Wooper and get the full Wooper shiny line here. I would say Quagsire doesn't really have a good spot, so I would recommend just going for 2 shiny Woopers. And we're using a ground type sandwich just to make it even easier to isolate. Wooper does spawn in a lot of areas in this DLC, so this isn't necessarily the only spot you can hunt it in, but I do think it is a quite phenomenal spot to give this Wooper a shot. And once again, if you didn't see the previous part, we're going to be right to the right of Kitakami Road on this second hill, looking over onto the river bank. Shiny Wooper is going to be pink, so it's going to stand out, and you can do this during the daytime or nighttime, so good luck. And for our next shiny hunt, we're going to go for Poochyena with a dark type sandwich, and we're going to be doing a Loyal Plaza town reset. So I'm right on the edge of the Loyal Plaza. It'll actually work on any part of this edge here, but if you just walk onto the edge, you'll get to the Apple Hills, and only Poochyena will be appearing with a dark type sandwich. They're going to appear to your left and your right. And the good thing is the shiny is so incredibly obvious that you don't really need to have a good look at them. You'll just need to see, oh, is that thing gold? Which is going to be incredibly obvious to notice during the daytime or nighttime. Now, there's going to be many spots to actually hunt for Poochyena, but I do think this is going to be the easiest, as this is the fastest method. Town resets are always going to be the fastest method to hunt any sort of Pokemon, so Poochyena is going to be an incredibly easy shiny for you to hunt. Now, if you want to get shiny Mightyena and you don't want to go for a second Poochyena shiny, you can actually just go to Wistful Fields with a dark type sandwich, and only Mightyenas are going to spawn in this whole entire area. So you can do a pretty quick picnic reset pretty much in this zone that I'm at, and you'll be able to get 15 Mightyenas fast and quick. And the shiny is going to be another gold dog, so it's going to be super easy for you to get this shiny, and good luck on this hunt. Now for our next shiny hunt, we're going to be going for Illumise and Volbeat, and there's actually a really good spot for them that you don't need a mass outbreak for. You can go fly over to the Mossfell over here, and then head over to the riverbank and use a bug type sandwich at night. On this riverbank, you can do a picnic reset and actually get 15 spawns showing up all around you. Now, it's going to be a mix of both Volbeat and Illumise, so that's just going to depend on what you actually get. If you are looking for a particular one, then a mass outbreak is going to be better for you. However, if you just need both of them and you don't care which ones you get, then this is definitely going to be the spot. I personally have been seeing more Illumise than Volbeats out here, so I would say probably a little bit better for Illumise, but if you really want to get, you know, both of them, then a mass outbreak might be the way to go. Next is Corphish and Crawdaunt, and once again, these are going to be outbreak only hunts. They're incredibly annoying to hunt otherwise, And I will recommend using a water level 2 sandwich on the screen here just to do the outbreak reset until you finally get the Corphish outbreak. I would also recommend standing on the tile of the river here as they spawn up and down this river. So make sure that you're over here so you can try to get the best chance of getting your Corphish outbreak. You could also get a Crawdaunt outbreak as well, but it's just easier to get 2 shinies and 1 Corphish outbreak. And next up is Sewaddle, Swadloon, and Leavanny. Now, the easiest one to hunt is Sewaddle. You can isolate shiny hunt it to the right of Kitakami Road on this second hill right over here, looking over to the bank. And you're just going to do a picnic reset and look for that shiny Sewaddle. Now, I think the shiny is relatively easy to see. The leaf part is much darker and more almost like a dark green blue color compared to like the light green color it currently is. And this should be a relatively easy hunt for you to get your 3 shiny Sewaddles, and good luck on this shiny hunt. Now for our next shiny hunt, we're gonna go for Cutiefly and Ribombee. Now these Pokemon only spawn during the daytime, and it's best to use a fairy type sandwich to isolate shiny hunt them. Now the spot I like is gonna be once again to the right of the Kitakami Road, looking over at the riverbank on this second mountain hill over here. Now you can see we're gonna be getting 15 spawns of Cutiefly. And the shiny is pink, but it can be a little bit hard to see from a distance. So if you don't know, a good way to actually see them is do this strategy. One, we're going to go to our system settings and our switch. Go all the way down to system, and you want to turn on the zoom functionality. So make sure this is turned on. When that is turned on, you can now zoom in by double hitting the home button. And you can zoom in onto these Pokemon. And it'll be much easier to see which one of these is actually going to be pink. Now, I can still say I've done this hunt on stream, and it can be a little bit annoying to do. So I don't blame you if you'd rather do a mass outbreak for Cutiefly and then switch to a Ribombee mass outbreak. That's what I ended up doing, but this is going to be definitely the best spot to do an isolate Cutiefly shiny hunt, so good luck. Our next hunt's going to be Ekans, and I'll say this, I think Ekans is best done as a mass outbreak with a poison type sandwich, and you can get them over in this area and also in the Mossvale Confluxure. They aren't an isolate shiny hunt, but there is a cave right where I'm located right here that only do spawn Ekans. However, you don't get a full 15 spawns in this cave, and I do think it's a little bit slow. You don't really get a good reset in the cave either, but you do get a bunch of spawns, so it is worth considering. I think the best way to do this cave personally is maybe like run up and down and hopefully get some more spawns. But if there's no more spawns coming, you just leave the cave, do a picnic reset, and then run back into the cave. The reason why this cave isn't the best, and I don't necessarily recommend it, is because you do get spawns outside and on top of this cave area as well. So you're not going to get your full 15, and I do think it can be a little bit cumbersome to run. But I just prefer the outbreak, but this is another decent option for you as well. And the shiny is going to be green. Now we're going to be covering Pichu, our first returning Pokemon. And we're going to be going to the Loyal Plaza because Pichu got a way better spot in the DLC than the base game. So in the Loyal Plaza, we're going to do a town reset with an electric type sandwich. And as you can see, you get a full 15 spawns of Pichu. Super easy to get the town reset. Just walk up to the gate, walk back down the hill, and you get your 15 spawns. Now, of course, seeing a shiny Pichu can be a little bit difficult, but the thing is, a shiny Pichu is a bit more like radioactive yellow. The cheeks on it are much more brighter and like redder than the pink it currently is. So it can be a little bit harder of a hunt, but the good news is you only need 1 Pichu, because it's much easier just to isolate shiny hunt for Pikachu to get a Pikachu and Raichu. Next up is Pikachu, and I think it's easier just to catch 2 Pikachus and make 1 a Raichu. And we're heading back to Paldea because Pikachu's spot here is still the best in Artazone. And we're going to be right on Artazone East doing a town reset with an electric type sandwich. You can see we get 15 spawns, and this is pretty easy. You want to walk down the road here, stay to the right side, and when it says East Province Area 1, you'll be able to get your 15 spawns of Pikachu. And the shiny Pikachu is going to be incredibly easy to notice. It's going to be like a dark yellow, and you're going to be able to spot that from a distance. and good luck on the shiny hunt. Next up is the Bellsprout line. Unfortunately, there's no way to isolate shiny hunt for Bellsprout, Weepinbell, and Victrebell, but they do all spawn within the Mossvale Conflicture area. So you can try here with a mass outbreak method. Just use a poison level 2 sandwich and try to get an outbreak to spawn in this part. You can also get them to spawn over in Apple Hills, like where this Ekans is. You can potentially get a Bellsprout outbreak in this zone as well, or somewhere over in here too. But yeah, the unfortunate thing is there's 3 different poison types that spawn at the same time. And with a grass type sandwich, you get a bunch of others as well. So an outbreak is going to be the best method. And for our next shiny hunt, we're going to go for Sentret and Furret by flying over to Kitakami Hall. And from Kitakami Hall, we're going to go off the cliff over here. And we're going to be using a normal type sandwich level 3. And we're going to go into this cave right here. Now, Sentret and Furret, they spawn in a lot of different spots in the map. But you can see this cave will only spawn them with a normal type sandwich, which is why I really like this spot. And we're just going to set up a picnic in the corner over here. And then on the other side of the cave, you're going to be only getting Sentret and Furret spawns. These guys really only spawn at nighttime, but, you know, sometimes in caves, you don't necessarily need nighttime. They'll just spawn in anyways, which is pretty cool. But, you know, there's going to be a lot of different spots for these guys. So use the one you think is best. But I personally like this one the most. Just right outside of the Kitakami Hall area, over in this place, we can do a reset during the day for Shiny Starly. You're just going to be like pretty much like right where I'm at to get your all 15 spawns. You'll be getting clusters and individual spawns coming in here, so it would take a little bit of time for all the spawns to come in. But I like this spot the most because you can actually see all the Starlies without them hiding in the tall grass, which is definitely an issue in this DLC area in general. Now, good luck on this shiny hunt. Next up is Staravia with a flying type sandwich during the daytime. We're going to be back in the Paldea map over in Porto. And we're looking over the town right here, and you can actually do a town reset. Now, you're going to be getting 15 spawns. Sometimes those will be right here. Sometimes they'll spawn a little bit over there. Just depends on what your spawns are going to be like. And to do this, you're just going to walk over here. It says Porto, walk back, and you'll be back in West Province area too. And you'll be able to get your 15 spawns. So there'll be some over here, a bunch of clusters, and we get a couple over there as well. You just got to keep on doing this until you get your shiny. So good luck on the shiny hunt. Next up is Staraptor, and we're going to be in Paldea again with a normal type sandwich just south of the watchtower number 3 over at the lake on the edge over here. And with a normal type sandwich during the day, you'll only be getting Staraptors all around you, and the shiny is going to have a blue tip instead of a red, so it's going to be incredibly easy for you to notice. Next up is Fomantis and Lurantis, and unfortunately, there is not a good isolate shiny hunting method for this. However, because they made outbreaks way better in the DLC, I recommend just using a level 2 grass type sandwich and getting the outbreak. And I would recommend standing in any of these places where Fomantis spawns in the Kitakami area, and you'll be able to easily get your Fomantis outbreaks. They're pretty like common, honestly, and there really isn't a good isolate spot for this Pokemon because it always spawns with any other grass type. So luckily, they did fix how outbreaks work, so this should be an easy shiny hunt. Just remember to knock out your 60, save your game, use level 3 sandwich, and this should be an easy shiny hunt. Our next shiny hunt is Applin, and you can't actually hunt the other forms of Applin, the evolutions, but you can very easily do an AFK Applin hunt to get all 4 shinies for the Living Shiny Dex. So one, you need to be in Paldea, and you want to be pretty much right next to the Poison Crew's base. So you just want to be right to the right of this icon here. And you're pretty much, you want to be next to like this tree and this other tree right here. And you can see we have a dragon type sandwich, and we're just gonna be chilling right here on this. So what we need to do exactly is 1, you need to get on your ride Pokemon. 2, you need to have a big Pokemon first in your party. The box legendary, Crawdaunt or Miraidon will work, but you can also use like Gyarados or any other big Pokemon. That's gonna work. So what you need to do is you need to sprint into the tree, headbutt it, run back, the Applin will fall, then throw your auto battle Pokemon out and just step right next to the other tree. The Applins will keep on falling down, and your auto battle Pokemon is going to keep knocking them out until you see a green apple. When you see the green apple, it will not knock it out because that's how auto battling works in this game, and you'll get your shiny Applin. So this is going to be a quick and easy AFK shiny hunt. As long as you don't touch the menus or anything like that, this is just going to keep on working, and so just set a timer for 30 minutes, and you'll eventually get your shiny. Our next shiny hunt is Vulpix, and we're going to be using a fire-type sandwich over in the Timeless Woods during the day. Use at night, you will also be getting Litwicks, but it is an isolated shiny hunt during the day. And pretty much right over here where there's like a log is where you want to do your picnic resets. And it's gonna be a relatively easy shiny hunt, so good luck. For our next shiny hunt, we're gonna go for Poliwag in Poliwhirl, and I do personally recommend going for a water type sandwich level 2 and go for an outbreak hunt, because this is a incredibly difficult shiny to go for otherwise. And once you get that first Poliwag, just move over to Poliwhirl, as Poliwhirl is a much easier shiny to notice, so I would rather go down that route. However, there is another method. I just don't personally recommend it. But if you go to Fallen Horn and go south to Fallen Horn, you're going to find this cave right over here. And with a water type sandwich, you'll be getting some spawns on the right side of the cave. And you want to hang out on the left side of the cave over here. And you'll be getting a couple of spawns, but not really a lot. You can do a picnic reset here as well. The issue with this picnic reset is you don't really get a lot of spawns, which is why I can't truly endorse it, but I do want to bring it up for the people who say, well, why not bring up this cave? Well, here it is. You don't get a lot of spawns. You get like 6-7 spawns max, and then you got to do a picnic reset. So good luck on this shiny hunt. Next up is Magikarp, and we're going to over to the Fellhorn Gorge, and all the way on the right side, we're going to go to this riverbank spot right here with a water type sandwich, and you're mostly going to be able to isolate shiny hunt for Magikarp. Yes, you'll get a couple like maybe Ducklets or Woopers spawning in here, but most of your spawns are going to be Magikarp. Now, also, the Magikarps here can be level 100, so it is possible to get a level 100 shiny Magikarp straight up, which I know a lot of people have been hunting, but this spot is absolutely phenomenal to hunt this carp. Next up is Gyarados, and we're going to be back in Paldea for this, and we're going over to this rock just north of the Bracia stones over here, and we're using a flying type sandwich. Now, you can do a picnic reset right in this spot where I'm at, and you can just do a little jump to check on all the Gyarados. Obviously, shiny Gyarados is red, so incredibly obvious. This is going to be a relatively quick and fast shiny hunt for you to do in the base game. Now, our next shiny hunt is going to be Hoot Hoot and Noctowl, and we're going to be doing a flying type sandwich, and we're going to be going right above the Ogre Alston spot, and we're going to go over to this cave right over here. And this is actually an incredible area for these spawns, because you're going to be able to get pack spawns of Hoot Hoots just immediately. Now, you can also actually do a picnic reset in this cave as well. If you go towards the middle of the cave, it can be a little bit hard to do it the first time, but if you find the exact middle of the cave, you can do a picnic reset. And when you do this picnic reset, you want to go back to the corner, and then you'll be able to get your 15 spawns fast and easy of your Hoot Hoots. Sometimes you do get Noctowl spawning in here as an individual spawn, so that can also occur. But this is going to be a relatively fast and easy shiny hunt, so good luck. Next up is Apom and Ambipom, which is only in Pokemon Violet. And to do this, we're going to go just north of the Fellhorn Gorge with a normal type sandwich. I'm currently using just a level 2 sandwich, but you should use the level 3 sandwich. And pretty much we're going to be right on the wall, right over here. See where this like big corner is? You want to be like a little bit out here so you can do your picnic reset. Now, if you're doing a level 3 sandwich, this will only be Apom, which is pretty nice. And if you're doing a level 2 sandwich, you'll get a couple other Pokemon, but it's still a pretty decent shiny hunt. I just recommend doing this hunt at nighttime, as it'll pretty much remove any of the other normal types that could possibly spawn here in general. But you're going to be getting a lot of Apoms. They can spawn in as 4 clusters as well. So good luck on this shiny hunt. Next up is Heracross, and we're going to go back to Paldea with a fighting type sandwich. And you're going to fly over to the Ground Blight Shrine and climb the mountain just to the left of the fast travel point. And you're going to be up on this ridge right here. From here, you can do a picnic reset, and you'll only be getting Heracrosses with a fighting type sandwich in this general location. I just think this is a really good location because at least you can look down on them, and the shinies are pink. Don't forget, there is a male and female difference, so you may want to get both. Next up is Swinub, and we're going over to Kitakami Hall, just to the left of the Fly Zone, where we did the Starly Hunt. And we're going to use an Ice-type sandwich, and this is a very easy 15 spawn here. Just make sure you're in the corner, not too close to the corner, so you can actually do your picnic reset here to get your 15 spawns. There really isn't a good spot to do Piloswine, and Mamoswine doesn't spawn naturally, so I just recommend going for 3 Swinubs in this location. Yes, I do know about Swinub Cave. However, I just rather do this spot. I think I've had way better luck with the spawns and the just general consistency of standing in one spot and doing a picnic reset. I just think it's overall faster. Now, our next shiny hunt is Stantler, and we're going to Kitakami Road, heading over to Relver's Road right over here with a normal type sandwich. And over on this hill, you can do a picnic reset. This is exactly where I'm at, and you'll be able to get Stantlers. So If you are doing this at night, you will get a couple of Hoot spawning in as well. So keep that in mind that daytime is probably going to be better for this spot. I'm just showing it off at night. But we also are in Pokemon Scarlet. So if you're doing this spot in Pokemon Violet, you can also get some Apoms doing this as well. But Stantlers is definitely going to be the main spawn in this area too. So you can just find a really good reset here and get your like 10 to 15 Stantlers and you'll be good to go. And for our next shiny hunt, we're going for the C-Dot family here, and we're going to be right over in Mossfell on the right side with a dark type sandwich. Now, this is going to be an interesting hunt because you're actually going to be boosting the odds of Nuzleaves, but Nuzleaves do get a pack spawn with C-Dot. And this is the best method to hunt C-Dot outside of using a C-Dot outbreak. But if you're hunting for Nuzleaf and Shiftry, then definitely use a dark type sandwich here, and you'll be able to easily get those. And hopefully during that hunt, you'll be able to get a shiny C-Dot. As you can see, you get those clusters, but if you're having issues with C-Dot, then maybe it's better for you just to use an outbreak. Next up is shiny Ralts, and you can actually get shiny Gardevoir by doing this as well. But we're going to be using a fairy type sandwich over at the Galistio's grass fly point, just to the left over on this digit right here. And we're just gonna do a picnic reset looking right to the left of the big pillar here, and you'll be able to get your 15 spawns quick and easy with a Gardevoir as a pack leader spawn. So potential to get that full odds shiny Gardevoir as well, and good luck on this shiny hunt. Now our next shiny hunt is going to be Curlia, which you can isolate shiny hunt with a fairy type sandwich. And we're gonna be doing this in Lavencia, and as a very easy town reset, we're just gonna walk into the town, walk right back out, and you'll get your 10 to 15 spawns rather quickly in this area, and should be a super easy shiny hunt. Now for our next shiny hunt, we're going to go for Gallade, and you can actually easily isolate shiny hunt for Gallade, and it's really cool because one, this is my favorite fall swiper in the game. So you can just go to Fellhorn Gorge and go up to here at nighttime with a psychic type sandwich, and you can just picnic reset for a shiny Gallade. This is such a cool hunt, especially because getting a male Ralt is pretty rare. So you can just skip that whole step, just go right to the goal. Our next shiny hunt is Kricketot and Kricketune. Now I will say it's probably best to hunt these guys with a mass outbreak because even in Kitakami, there isn't a good isolate method for them, but there is a decent reset method for them over North Province area 2. And if you set up a bug type sandwich here, you can actually get cluster spawns of them, and you can actually despawn all the Pokemon just by running away and then running back into here, and you have a decent chance of getting some clusters. We got one over there, but of course a bunch of other bug types do spawn, so I do recommend that you probably go for a mass outbreak with a bug type sandwich, but good luck on this shiny hunt. For our next shiny hunt, we're going to go for Pachirisu, and we're going to be doing a town reset method for Masui Town with an electric type sandwich over here. As you can see, we get a bunch of Pachirisu as the only Pokemon spawning in this area, which is pretty cool. If you want to reset, you got to go across the bridge and then come back across the bridge, and you want to be a little bit further into Reveler's Road just to have enough room for the Pachirisus to spawn, but they're going to spawn all around you. You can also do this as a runaround hunt, but they don't really take over a lot of the area of Reveler's Road, so I do think it's best to do it as either a mass outbreak or a town reset method. You'll get a decent amount of spawns, and good luck on this shiny hunt. And for our next shiny hunt, we're going to go for Riolu, which you can easily evolve into Lucario. And I think this is the best way to do it, just catch 2 Riolus just north of Fellhorn Gorge, right over here with a fighting type sandwich during the daytime. You'll be able to get your 15 spawns for Riolu. This is a super fast and easy way to do it. The shiny super obvious, and I think it's going to be incredibly easy. So good luck on this shiny hunt. Next up is Petal and Lilligant, and you can shiny hunt for Petal over in the Wistful Wilds. However, it is not an isolated shiny hunt, as you will be getting Lombre spawning in, and also because of the tall grass, it's actually really hard to see the difference in their shiny. So I actually would recommend this as a outbreak instead of doing a reset method. But if you really want to do a reset method, you can go over here on the land of Kitakami. This is just north of the pond over here. Go over here and you can do a picnic reset, and you'll mostly be getting Petals, but sometimes you get some Lotads and some Lombres coming up. But yeah, this can be a little bit hard of a shiny hunt just because of the tall grass in this area. And for our next shiny hunt, we're gonna go for Phantump in the Timeless Woods right over here on the west side, right next to this log area. And you can get a nice about 10 to 15 spawns of Phantump here with a ghost type sandwich during the day. You may notice some Mimikyus may come in, which, you know, that's just the nature of the beast in this type of hunt. Now, if you want to get Trevenant, you can either catch 2 Phantumps or you can reset for an outbreak for Trevenant in this general area. And good luck on this shiny hunt. For our next shiny hunt, we're going to go for Rockruff. And this is a really easy shiny hunt here. We're just going to go to Kitakami Hall with a rock type sandwich. Just go over to the west of that location and just go down to the pit, reset in the corner, and you'll be able to get your 15 spawns of Rockruff. And good luck on this shiny hunt. Like in Rock, you can just evolve your Rockruffs during either the daytime or nighttime. Next up is Skovet, and I do personally think an Outbreak might be the best, but if you use a normal type sandwich in this zone, you'll be able to get just Skovets and Munchlax during the day. And I'm just currently up on a wall right now doing a picnic reset, and it's about 50-50 on the Munchlax and Skovet. So if you need both of them, you can do this as a dual hunt. But if you only want Skovet, then I would recommend a mass outbreak for this particular hunt. Now for Greedent, you can actually isolate shiny hunt by just going over here, which is north of the Fallen Horn, with a normal type sandwich during the day. And if you do a picnic reset, you'll actually get 15 Greedents coming up, which is actually awesome that we can completely isolate shiny hunt this Pokemon for the first time. Next up is a ground type hunt with Toadscool. And I like doing this in Kitakami. There's so many different spots that you can do this shiny hunt in, but I do it in Mossfell right over here for a ground type sandwich. And right on this wall, you can very easily do a picnic reset and get your 15 spawns fast and easy. I just think this is one of the better spots because it's just really consistent. You get them at a high level, which is really nice, and it's very easy to get 2 of them in this general location. Is Poltergeist, and you can see it only spawns in a little part of the area, and I recommend going for a mass outbreak with a ghost type sandwich. Now, I personally found it easier to do this hunt during the day, especially over in the Mossfell area where there's a lot of bamboo. That's just my personal preference, but I do think doing it like right over here and getting an outbreak here is going to be better than an outbreak over here. But, you know, that's going to be up to you. Of course, you could potentially get the artisan form of this as well. So that's going to be a much rarer outbreak, but I would also recommend doing the artisan form in the exact same way. You can get a full outbreak of those and you'll eventually get your shiny. Next up is Arcanine and Growlithe, and this is still the best spot in the game to hunt it. So you want to go over to the Fury Falls, climb over here, and just hug the wall. And you want to get over onto this rock right here. You want to get onto this particular rock, and you can do a picnic reset with a fire type sandwich. Now, you can do a lot of different hunts on this rock right over here. If you get the message that says you can't do it, just get a little bit further back. But you get 3 pack spawns pretty quick and immediately. It's going to be the absolute best way to shiny hunt for shiny Growlithe and shiny Arcanine. Now, our next hunt is going to be for shiny Geodude. And the best way to do Geodude is just going over to Infernal Pass. And I'm using a rock type sandwich right over here on the path in the middle. And you just got to do a picnic reset and you'll be getting 15 spawns of Geodude. You got to look to your left and the right, and they'll be coming in really quickly. And this is going to be a fast and easy shiny hunt for you to get the full living shiny decks for Geodude, Graveler, and Golem. So good luck on this shiny hunt. Now, the next hunt is Bonsly, and the DLC gave us the best Bonsly shiny hunting spot. And we're just going to go to the top of the stairs over in Kitakami Hall with a rock type sandwich. And you do a town reset, which is phenomenal. You just touch the stairs, come back, and you'll be able to get your 15 spawns of Bonsly fast and easy. The shiny's super easy to notice, so this spot is absolutely phenomenal. Now, if you just need to catch a Sudowoodo and don't want to catch a second Bonsly, you can go back to Paldea for rock type sandwich, and you can do a picnic reset here for a bunch of different Sudowoodos. Now, something cool about Sudowoodo and both Bonsly is they will despawn if it's raining, and it does actually rain here quite often because we are pretty close to the lake. So this is a really good spot to potentially do an AFK hunt if you do get the rain going. But of course, there's gonna be a lot of spots in the game where you can get a lot of Sudowoodo spawning. So good luck on this shiny hunt. And for our next shiny hunt, we're gonna be at Kitakami Hall again. And we're gonna be doing a town reset with a fighting type sandwich for shiny Timber. Now, this is very awesome. You get like 15 spawns by doing this. Of course, There's going to be a Dunsparce you want to knock out. He always spawns here. What are you going to do? Get your 15 spawns, run back down the stairs, get the town reset, do it again, and you'll get more spawns coming. This is a very easy way to get the full shiny living family. So good luck on this shiny hunt. For our next shiny hunt, we're going to be doing Noibat and Noivern, and we're going to be back in Paldea, right in this area, which is just south of the Fire Shrine, which is just south of the Fury Falls, with a dragon type sandwich. You can do this during the day or nighttime, and you'll be getting cluster spawns of Noibat and Noivern, and this is going to be incredibly easy shiny hunt, so good luck on this. Now, our next shiny hunt is Arracuda and Barraskewda, and I'll say the best way to hunt this is just do an outbreak. Unfortunately, there is no way to actually isolate them as they are mono water type, so I recommend making a level 2 encounter sandwich and then reset until you get the mass outbreak for them. They also unfortunately remove the ability to see through the water, which was pretty lame, but you know, you have purple shiny, so you can definitely see through the top, but if you do dive down, that is gonna be a little bit harder for you to see. And our next shiny hunt is gonna be the Hatenna line, and I think the easiest just to do a town reset to hunt for all three. We're gonna start over here at Kitakami Hall and do the town reset on the stairs. You can see we're gonna get our 15 spawns all around us, and it's a super easy shiny to notice in my opinion, and you just go down the stairs, come back up the stairs, and get your spawns fast and easy, and hopefully you'll get all three of them pretty quickly. Good luck on this shiny hunt. And our next shiny hunt is a Violet exclusive, which is more Pico, and I'm actually doing this with a dark level 2 sandwich just to show off how the good level 2 is again. And we're going to be doing a town reset on Kitakami Hall stairs, so just touch the stairs, you're in the town, leave the stairs, and you'll be getting your full 15 spawns. And even with just a level 2 sandwich, you're going to be getting mostly more Picos, which is pretty good. Of course, if you did level 3 dark, this would only be more Picos. So this is going to be an incredible spot for you to shiny hunt this hamster. And for our next shiny hunt, we're going to go for Orpworm with a steel type sandwich. We're going to be doing a town reset just north of this Pokemon Center here. We only get Orpworm right here, and you just touch the platform, leave the platform, get your 15 spawns fast and easy. A relatively easy shiny to notice as it's going to be all blue. So good luck on this shiny hunt. And next up is the Mouse family. And this one can be a little bit brutal, but you can do a town reset hunt for them if you'd like. You can go to Kitakami Hall, and we're going to do a town reset with a normal type sandwich. And you do get all 15 spawns as this mouse. Now, as you see, noticing the shiny is pretty hard. You're looking for a brown shirt and pants on these guys. So you may be better off of a mass outbreak, but if you don't want to do a mass outbreak, you want to do a town reset and just maybe just run up to each one. This is definitely going to be the best method in the game to get your shiny mouse. Next up is going to be Mankey and Primeape, and we're going to be just under this flying spot over on the wall right here. And we're going to be doing a picnic reset with a fighting type sandwich, and you'll be getting a lot of Mankeys and Primeape spawning in. They're going to be individual spawns, but it's all going to be coming at the same time. It's going to be a relatively easy shiny hunt. You could also do a run around during the day here. If you're doing this at night with a fighting type sandwich, you may not be getting exactly what you want. So I would recommend, if you want Mankey and you want Primeape, then do it during the day here, because at night you'll get a special surprise. And for our final shiny hunt in this video, the exact same spot we just did Mankey and Primeape, but at night with a ghost type sandwich. And if you need a reminder, right over here, you can get Annihilapes, and they'll spawn in clusters with Primeape as well. Only the Annihilape will have a boosted shiny chance, but it's really cool that you can catch the ultimate raid generalist in the wild shiny without having to do any other work. And this DLC is so awesome for that. And this should be a relatively easy shiny hunt, so it's easy to see what shiny Annihilape looks like. So good luck on this shiny hunt. And there we have it, guys. Those are the first 101 Pokemon of the Kitakami Dex for their shiny hunting locations. Stay tuned for part 2, where we cover the next 99 Pokemon, so you can get your ultimate living shiny Dex for the Teal Mask DLC. Of course, guys, like this type of content, enjoy these videos, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. Please consider supporting the channel by joining the Pan Fam by hitting that join channel member button below. I'll catch you guys next time with more Pokemon content. And don't forget to check out part 2. Peace out and have a good one.